Hello folks, let's take a look at the Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea playset by Remco from 1965. First of all, this book, the big toy box at Sears, reprints the Boys Toys pages from Sears catalogs, Christmas catalogs from 51 to 69. I've got this bookmarked in here. Bottom ad right there. The mercy of the camera. Anyway, that's what it looked like in the Sears Wish book in 1965. $4.99. You could get the playset for $4.99, and this one is complete. It doesn't have many parts to it. By the way, there's a Hamilton's Invaders ad there. I had that too, and I have several Hamilton's Invaders pieces now and a playset for it, so I'm going to do a video on Hamilton's Invaders later on too. But anyway, we're looking at Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea right now, and I'll show you the pieces. Okay, first of all, that box is not factory. I don't have the factory shipping box. I don't think those were decorated anyway. Now, they had some decorated boxes with cellophane windows for sale in stores, but the stuff you got from Sears, as far as I know, just came in a regular shipping box, and it was labeled and all that, but it wasn't like a decorated box. And anyway, I drew this box here just to keep my playset in because I didn't have a real shipping box for it. And the Seaview, it's a little stylized. It's kind of in the vein of like an Ed Big Daddy Roth hot rod. But anyway, you know, it holds the pieces, so I'm happy with it. We'll take a look at the main piece here, the Seaview. That's really the star of the show, the Seaview submarine. By the way, that show ran from 64 to I think 68. It ran 4 seasons. And the TV seasons encompass 2 years, but overlapped. You know, of course, they started the new shows in the fall, in September, and then it ran through till the first part of the next year, and then it went into reruns for a little while. And the following year, they started a new season in September. So, yeah, it's got the torpedoes, and you see that one's kind of brown looking. That's where the chrome has deteriorated off of there. The stickers are still in really good shape. And a lot of kids played with these in the water, so, you know, those stickers, they took a beating over the years. There's the other side of it, and it's got all the, you know, like the rudders and stuff, and it's got an old rubber band in it, but I'm not going to wind it up. You could wind it up, and the propeller back here would propel it through the water. I'm not going to do that, because that rubber band would probably break anyway, and it's not in the water. But it has wheels, so that kids could play with them on the floor. And those work just fine. A little squeaky, but they're cool. And actually, the torpedoes still fire out of that tube right there. And that is the Seaview submarine. Those are kind of pricey on eBay. Usually, you don't see these whole sets. You have to buy them piece by piece, and they get expensive. Okay, this is the Sea Crawler. That it's got a halfway decent sticker there. It's got a couple of guys in there, pilots. The scale is pretty small on these, and not totally to scale with the 2 divers either. And this has this thing here that you can move around and pick things up and open up that part of it there, the jaws or whatever. So, you know, when you find these parts on eBay, like this Sea Crawler, oftentimes it's got pieces missing off of it. And like that arm especially that picks things up, that's often gone. And people still want a lot of money for them, even if they're incomplete and broken. Here's the mini sled. kind of funny that Remco went with yellow for this. I mean, it's certainly in the kid memory, and it's regarded as cool now by most people, but kind of a funny choice. You think they'd go with like a dark blue or something like that, but the yellow, you know, I mean, it kind of grows on you. It looks pretty cool. And this mini sled has little wheels too. All these things, you can play with them on the floor. And when you see these on eBay, these two protruding things here, I guess they're like to fire, you know, some kind of weaponry or whatever, but those are often broken off. And like I said, even damaged, this stuff, they want a fortune for it. Here is the little monster bug, straight out of Hamilton's Invaders. At Remco, they repurposed, you know, a lot of their pieces in different play sets. And it has the 3 wheels on the bottom. It rolls too. And these are really sculpted well. There were 3 of these in the Hamilton's Invaders play sets. And they were different ones. There was this one, there was a 2-headed one, and there was another one that was in green. But pretty cool little monsters there. And even these, dude, these things, they want like $75, sometimes $100 for these on eBay, as small as they are. And you've got the treasure chest here. Gotta have a treasure chest on the bottom of the ocean, right? It's missing one of the handles. You know, it came that way on. I bought this set complete without the box. Didn't have a shipping box with it, but even years ago, I had to pay over $300 for this set, but it was a big deal to get it complete. Now, here are the 2 divers that come with the set. This guy with like a metal detector, and notice it's got a plastic arrow at the bottom. The reason it has that, when they molded these, they wanted to be able to stick them down in the corrugated cardboard inserts for the decorated boxes for the play sets. Because these little guys were included not only in the big play sets that Sears sold, but also in the smaller play sets and decorated boxes that were sold in stores. So those held the little guys in fast so that when the boxes got jostled around, the guys didn't come loose and fly all around and didn't look good anymore on the display. And both of these have the little arrows. Now you see a lot of these with arrows missing where people have cut them off with either like the fingernail clippers or pocket knives or whatever. And I just left mine the way they are. I wanted them to stay as complete as possible. And I use these inverted lids to put them in so they'll stand up. Now here is the toughest piece of the bunch. This is a vacuform octopus. And I guarantee you, I mean, I don't know if any of these things survived unscathed. Most of the time when you do ever see these, and most of them I'm sure were broken and thrown away over the years, they have like pieces broken off of them and big cracks and extensive damage. This one has a crack right there. And that's it, man. This is the best condition vacuform octopus I've ever seen. And these were only included in this set. They had some later sets. Every year they'd come out with a different version of this playset up to like 1968, I think. And they'd include different things in it. But I believe in this original first playset of Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea that came out in 65 is the only way you could get this octopus. So I don't think there are too many of them out in the marketplace at all, or even in collections at this point. I don't know what something like that would be worth in that condition. I know I wouldn't sell mine, but it would, I mean, it could trade for a ridiculous amount. And there's a little bit better look at the box. Basically, I just drew the tentacles from the ubiquitous giant octopus and the shark up there, and, you know, just try to get the ambiance of the show for the box, because I didn't want to just keep my, this is a cool set. It's a kind of a big deal for collectors, and I didn't want to just have it in a blank box. So I took the time and actually drew that and put the logo on there and all that. So there you go. It's the Remco Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea playset complete, aside from the original shipping box from Sears from 1965, from the Sears Wishbook Christmas catalog. And that will do it for now. I will see you guys next video.